Hi Capricorn, I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic seer and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for July 2025. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in July and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, sometimes your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there, so you might want to check that out. This recording is for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon. I'm using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck in this reading. And if you want to get any of the special video series I record for my Vimeo on-demand videos, where I look at very specific topics using a variety of divination tools, I post the most recent links down below in the description box, and they're also on my website at theluckymermaid.com videos page. But three I want to mention for you here is, this month I have available my Love and Romance Mid-Year 2025 Psychic Tarot and Oracle Card Update for each sign of the zodiac for both singles and couples. So if you want to see what my guides had to say for you for your love and romance area of your life for the rest of this year of 2025, you may want to check them out, and you may want to get not just your sun sign. If you know your rising sign or moon sign, depends on each individual what normally resonates with you. On YouTube or Rumble, I would get that on Vimeo. Also, my mid-year psychic tarot update for 2025 for each sign of the zodiac, where I use the center of the 10-card Celtic Cross Tarot spread and bring you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for what you can expect in a variety of areas of your life. Work, business, love, family, health, whatever comes up is what I read. So you may want to check them out, and also may want to consider getting both your sun sign and your rising sign, or your cusp sign or moon sign, whatever resonates with you. And don't forget, my psychic crystal readings for July 2025 are available. They are a continuation and an expansion of the readings I'm doing right now for the month of July. So if you want to see what else my guides had to say for you about July, you may want to get the crystal readings. So all that being said, Capricorn, now on to your July 2025 psychic tarot reading. And the first card you have, Capricorn, is the Two of Swords. This is a block, a stop, or a stalemate. This could indicate you're protecting yourself from something or feeling protective. This could be you having difficulty in making a decision. You may have to make some decision or choice in the month of July. This could also indicate something being blocked or stopped that's been going on, or that you want to see go on. You may feel like there's a lot of things you can't find. Like, where's the remote? Where are my keys? Where are my glasses? Could be documents and papers, or, you know, certain things that you need, and you're like, I can't find them. Where are these things? So July could be a month of a lot of things getting lost, misplaced, being in weird spots. If you feel like there's something going on in your life where you're like, I can't control my actions or my words in that situation, so I'm going to block myself and I'm not going to get involved, because there could be something going on. Where is it happening, Capricorn? I don't know. It could be happening with your love partner. It could be happening at work. It could be happening in a family situation or with friends. It'll be different for all of you because it's a general reading. But there is something where you're like, if I get involved, I'm going to say my opinion, or I'm going to get physically mad, or, you know, emotionally upset, or say things that people aren't going to like. So you may want to close yourself off and back yourself off of something that you don't want to have to deal with the fallout later, because you, for some reason, may feel like you're not going to be able to control your words, your actions, your temper, etc. You may also feel like, ha ha ha, nobody really wants to know what I'm thinking about that. So there could be something that you're like, they think they want to know my opinion, but they don't really want to know it. So you could find yourself in that kind of situation. Maybe at work, you have a bunch of people that are like into one political party and you don't agree with them. But you're like, if I say what I think, then it's going to be problems. There'll be war. So it could have to do with politics, religion, could be personal situations also, like among friends and family members or coworkers, where it's a personal situation and you're like, I can't let them know truly what I think. So it's like self-preservation. That's the word. You're being protective of yourself through self-preservation, but you may not be totally, let me just say this. Not everybody has to tell what their opinion is. I mean, I know there are people out there that are like, oh, you need to say where you stand and how you feel about it. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. Because why? Just because you say so or you say so? You don't have to share your opinions or tell your position. You can keep things to yourself. It's your right. It's your human right. So don't feel coerced either. Don't let people bully you or back you into a corner to say where you stand on something. You could have somebody in your family like, well, what's your thought? Who do you think's right? You don't have to tell them what you really think. So the next card in your reading is the King of Swords, and this is an air sign person. Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. This could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that's an air sign, or if you're born on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. So it could be you, but this could be in somebody else in your life. This could be somebody that's like trying to hold you accountable for something. They could be trying to hold your feet to the fire about something. This could also be somebody that's trying to force you to state your position about something. So this could be the person you're trying to be like, I'm not telling you what I think, or I'm not getting into it with you because it's going to be World War whatever. I feel like they're challenging you in some way. Now, if they know your opinion or you've already voiced it, they could be challenging you. They could be challenging to you in other ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be about your opinion. It could be about other things. You may feel like the King of Swords, the air sign person, is justified in what they are thinking. But you may not totally be on board with it or subscribe to it, even though you may feel like they're justified in their viewpoint. This could be somebody that wants you to integrate, assimilate. They may be trying to get you on board with something. This could even be like, maybe your love partner is like, we need to move. And you're like, I'm not agreeing to that. I'm not assimilating to that. I don't want to move. Or, we need to do something. We're not going to go to vacation at our usual spot or place or what we usually do. We need to go someplace completely different, or go together as a family unit with other family members outside of your couple. And you may be like, I'm not agreeing to that, because they may have some idea or agenda that they feel like you must go along with it. And I feel like you're like, no, I don't agree, or I don't go along. You may feel like in July and August, like they're quite uppity. They could be acting quite uppity. And now maybe that's not their normal way of behaving. It just may be how they're behaving in July. But I get you looking at them like they're behaving uppity. They could look at you like, they may feel like you are putting them in between a rock and a hard place. Or that something you're saying or doing or not willing to say or do is putting them in a difficult or uncomfortable position. So they may feel that way about you. So the next card in your reading, Capricorn, is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is being tired and exhausted of your hard work and efforts, but gaining financial gain and rewards from your hard work and efforts. This could also be looking at your finances, focusing at your finances and investments also. It could indicate that. You may feel like you need to sort some things out to do with your finances and your money. There could be some kind of something that got mixed up, like different accounts, or you paid for things out of the wrong account, or like something to do with accounts if you own your own business. Could even be if there's any investments or IRAs or anything you have, there could be something that's like getting mixed up about it. And you need to sort it out. Maybe the statements are incorrect. Or there's bills that were paid that should have gone out of a different account. Maybe you have a business account and a private account, and you paid bills out of a business account that should have come from your private account, or vice versa. But I get like you looking at money, looking at some accounts. Some things may seem complex or complicated or mixed up. It could have to do with money coming in. It could have to do with money going out. It could also be the numbers seem wrong. You may have to make some kind of a budget or an expense account if you own your own business, or if you work for a company or business where you have to keep track and record of, like, I took this business partner out to lunch, or I saw this client. I had to, pay for gas to go see this company or that person. Like maybe you need to like get your a budget or an expense account in order. Because maybe you have receipts that are like, wait a minute, I got to sort out these receipts. I got to get like, this was personal expense. This was a business expense. So you could be looking at things like that in July. There could be some of you that have to take some kind of class or pass some kind of test for some program or class or test to do with work. So maybe work made everybody, all the employees in this particular area or department, or everybody take a test. Or there was a class you guys all had to take, and then you have to take a test, and this is for something to do with work related. If you take some kind of test or have taken one already, it could move you up a level at your work. It could maybe increase your pay rate. Maybe you're going to get a raise, or maybe it's just like because now you learned this, you took the test, you did well, you passed. Somehow it elevates something for you and moves you up a level. So the next card in your reading, Capricorn, is the Five of Rods, and this is an internal struggle going on in you, or a struggle with coworkers, family members, friends, or any clubs, groups, or organizations you belong to. But like I say, it could be an internal struggle also. I feel like you're hitting your head against the wall. There's too many people battling and complaining around you. This could be protesting going on, in your town, city, neighborhood, street. It could also be in the workplace where there's too much like people at odds with each other. I go back to what I said in this card. I feel like you really need to pay attention to this card and the King of Swords. I feel like it's related to the Five of Rods for some of you. I hear people arguing and somebody's saying, I can't do that. You're not seeing things clearly. People are accusing each other of not seeing things clearly. That could be people telling you that. That could be multiple people telling each other that. There could have been a report or an email, a text message, or a memo that was worded in a way that was problematic, that becomes problematic, where there are people that are unhappy with the way something was worded. Email, text message, memo, a report. And now people are bickering about it. There could even be people that are threatening like legal action. Like, this is a violation of my civil rights. Or this is a violation of something. It could have to do with also any laws, rules, regulations, or mandates that come down the pike that makes people mad that they want to fight it. Now, again, I go back to what I said. This could be protests in the company or business you work for or own. It could be on the street where you live, the town, the city, the country. I mean, and it could have to do with what I just said, laws, rules, mandates. But this can happen in businesses, right? Protocols. It could even happen in a family situation where people are at odds, like, I don't agree that, maybe your kid's like, I don't like this curfew, this isn't fair, I work and contribute to the family, or I'm doing this or that, you shouldn't put these rules, laws, and restrictions on me. So it could even be happening in a family situation, but I feel like it's more likely to do with something that's coming down in the area where you live, and or like country, city, state, province, town, or in your workplace. I feel it's more likely to be in those two areas than personally in your family life, but remember, it's a general reading, so it could happen within your family where people are like, that's unfair, that's not a good rule, I don't like this is happening or that's happening. So the last card in your reading is the Hermit. This is your spirit guides lighting the way, showing you the path to go. You could also be the Hermit, where you're taking a step back, getting a lay of the land before you proceed forward. Either way, you're still being guided by spirit guides, whatever word you like to use there. You may feel like, I finally figured out the secret of life, of happiness to life, and it's not what I'm doing right now. Like, that could happen. You may feel like, well, I've totally decided, like, now I know what, where my happiness will lie or what true happiness will be. So it could cause you to shift and pivot and change what you're doing. You may feel like, this isn't the right career for me, it doesn't make me happy. Or, well, you know what, this, job or career, line of work, whatever. It could even be relationships for some of you, like, friendships or love partnership relationships, where you're like, well, I found the secret of what could really make me happy, and what you're doing isn't it. You may feel like that. That could be a thought for you. You could have some kind of like awareness, awakening, realization. You may feel like you put all your energy and effort and focus into one thing or an area, and you could feel like it has sucked and drained the power out of you. Like it's taken your power away. It's stolen your, it's lowered your vibration and frequency. It's affected your essence. You could feel that way. Now, for many of you, like I said, it could be a job, a career. It could be a love relationship. You could even feel that way about an area where you live. You may feel like, I'm not living here anymore. So it could be about that. You may have a really good idea of where now, an awareness now, where people have gaslighted you. Who's been gaslighting you? Your boss, your spouse, your kids, your government, your country. I don't know. I don't know who's doing it. But you may feel like, wow, or where you get this light bulb moment, like I have awareness now. I see where you've been misled, gaslit or misled. And this is going to shift and change something in you. And it's like changing your dynamics. It's like a chapter changing moment for you. I'm going to say right here, July is a complicated month and complex month for a lot of the signs. Some people will fare better than others, but it is on a worldwide scale going to tend to be more of a bombastic or chaotic month for the planet and for individuals. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Capricorns to work with, use, wear for July 2025, you got smoky quartz, and this is a really good grounding stone. It's also a good gemstone for money in a positive way, bringing in money. It disperses fears and depression. It helps bring emotional calmness, which I feel you need based on some of the things that came up here. It relieves stress and anxiety. It promotes positive thoughts and action. Smoky quartz can also bring psychic and physical protection and also abundance, prosperity, and good luck. It's going to help you recognize justice. What's fair and just? If you've had any kind of physical pressure, mental pressure, headaches kind of pressure, anything like that, it's going to help relieve stress and pressure. It's going to be great for helping you locate lost objects, and that's very funny because you have weird things going missing. Came up with this: the remote, your glasses, your keys, important papers, documents, files, anything like that. Your car, if you parked in a parking lot, you may be like, where the heck did I park? I can't find it. This is going to help you. Carrying it or wearing it could help you find lost objects, oddly enough. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like this video if you liked it. Share it with others if you feel it's worth sharing. And subscribe to this channel. And if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested, all my most recently recorded video series that I've done for my Vimeo on-demand videos, where I look at very specific topics using a wide variety of divination tools and bring you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for those topics. Most of those links are all posted down below under this video in the description box. Or you can go to my website at theluckymermaid.com videos page, and there you will see all the multitude of video series I've recorded, what divination tools I've used, how long the predictions go out for, and you can click on your zodiac sign on that website page under the video heading you want, and that will take you directly to that video on Vimeo. And when you buy these videos on Vimeo, you help support this channel and keep it going. So I do truly appreciate it. Thank you so very much for all of your purchases on Vimeo. You can also help this channel by donating. Get some wonderful donations from people that are really quite surprising at times, and I do truly appreciate it. It does help so very much, and it means a lot to me as well. So thank you for your kind and generous donations. Also, you can follow me on social media pages. I'm at the Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook. I'm on X, Pamela Georgel at the Lucky Mermaid. And I also post written predictions and messages on my YouTube community pages as well. So you may want to check those out. I am on Instagram, but I really don't use Instagram anymore because there are so many scammers over there. They copy my pictures, they make it look like me, then they contact people and try to scam them for readings and all of that. And just know, if anything like that comes up, please block and report these people, because the only people I'm contacting is if you're on my wait list, which I closed in 2018, or on my cancellations list. I have over 2,500 people waiting for readings. So I don't need to contact anybody on social media to try to get them to schedule a reading with me. So that's how you're going to know it's fake. You can't go by the pictures because unfortunately there's no way to prevent people from doing that with people's images and creating fake accounts. And they just have to spell one little word wrong or add a dot or a dash, and if you don't catch that, you could think it's me contacting you, but it isn't. If you want to see how to get on the cancellations list, you can go to my website and go to the scheduling page. Like I said, the wait list is closed. There's just so many people on it, and people are waiting a really, really long time for a reading. I only am able to do about 3 private readings a month because of all the other things I do and I have going on. I'm a one-man band here, with the exception of my son, who edits my videos. But all social media activity is me, and anything I'm doing right here is me. So there's no team or staff here. I'm the staff, and my son Dan, who does the editing of the videos. So I hope all of you have an absolutely amazing, fun, happy, and wonderful July. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.